Welcome aboard. As we had earlier on shared, we had the live coverage from Safari Park, where we had the National Prayer Breakfast today. And our political affairs reporter, David Muthoka, caught up with a section of leaders, and they had this to say about the prayer breakfast.
The Safari Park Hotel along Thika Road right here in Nairobi, which is the traditional venue for the National Prayer Breakfast. And this year, it has not been any different. We have seen for 3 hours the country's president, William Ruto, as well as his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, lead the country in praying and, of course, in undertaking various activities during the National Prayer Breakfast. It was the 21st National Prayer Breakfast, and its theme was actually hope. I'd like to speak to a number of leaders who have attended to tell us what their takeaway messages are. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa.
Asante sana.
You have been here.
Yeah.
Was this your first?
Let me say, this is not my first prayer breakfast. I attended one back in 2019, but today's prayer breakfast was unique, and it is in essence unique because the president has ably spoken to the trip that he had in America, in the United States of America. The president has also emphasized on the need for job creation, and he has actually highlighted what the EPZ packs and also the various ICT hubs that are being created at the constituency level, what it means towards job creation for our young people. I've also been elated by the fact that the Speaker of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Wetangula, spoke to the fact that the East African community, what East Africa community means towards the development of the region and also development of partner states like Kenya. You have heard him speak of how the former warlord in Somalia sees hope by the mere fact that Somalia has joined the East African community. And for me as a member of parliament in the East African community, I am delighted and I appreciate the fact that our national leaders appreciate what integration means for development of our nation and also the region. So our president yesterday actually signed some EAC bills, and I've heard him speak of how half of his trip in America, actually he spent it speaking on behalf of Africa. And that is the kind of trajectory we want. When Africa or when any president of African nation goes to face the rest of the world, speak on behalf of Africa, because you will now speak of a larger market. Today I always say that we have a 350 million common market of East Africa, and that's what it means when the president says that when he was in America he was speaking on behalf of not only Kenya but the larger continent. And having a large market is 350 million people, that means that we are going to be an attractive market, and we are going to have companies, foreign companies coming to invest in our country, and that means jobs will be created. So I'm elated, and I want to challenge the members of parliament, the governors. Let us have the hope in this country, just as the way we have seen the president speak of hope that he has. And these ICT hubs, it will be a game changer, not only for development in our nation, but also in terms of creation of jobs and connecting our country to the rest of the global market.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That is Iyala Member of Parliament, Maina Karofia, of course, speaking to us about this year's National Prayer Breakfast. Let me bring in a Member of Parliament here. This is Sabina Chege, who has been here. What is your takeaway message from this year's National Prayer Breakfast?
That as a nation, there is hope that we can grow and we can make things work better with unity, with forgiveness, trusting each other. This nation will grow. And number two is that I've seen a lot of other people, other nations admire Kenya. And other nations, other leaders can see the potential that Kenya has. So let us not lose hope. Let us not lose that potential that we have. We need to trust in our own brand. We need to start loving our own and building it. And most of the times when there might be people are not agreeing, when there's disagreements, when people go wrong each other, it is important that we forgive each other, and especially ourselves as the leaders. And we need to contain ourselves as leaders so that if there things are not working out, we don't need to do emotional outbursts out there, because we give the wrong signal to the citizens. And we also need to listen more to the people and what their needs are. So just in case there are things that are not working out, we can work around it, we can have a solution. But most important, especially the leaders who are currently in government, they need to trust each other. they need to forgive each other and move on. It was also nice to see then a chance of the president to explain the whole hullabaloo about his plane. And if there are people who can give him a plane, that means we have admirers out there. There are people who want us to look good. There are people who want this nation to work. And so let us love what we have.
Now, the elected student council at the Moi Educational Center here in Nairobi has been sworn in at a colorful ceremony held at the school. Speaking during the event, the board chair, Paul Chemngore, emphasized on the importance